Hello, welcome to my channel. I've lost 180 pounds with keto, carnivore, and counting calories. Thank you for watching. All right, so I got my dishwasher going for tomorrow, and I've got 10 pounds of 73% ground beef. We have, this is thin chops. Thin chops, these are all from November, December time frame. Where's the date? Oh, October. In October. And then we've got some ribeye chops. I saw one of the big influencers online on YouTube talk about these. I thought I'd get some. Got some dog treats if you want some. We've got some more thin chops. Then is the T-bone steak and just some ground pork. So yeah, that's what we got defrosting, and we'll make it all up. Okay, so for some of these, one of you all, please don't get mad. We know my memory. One of y'all said that Indigo Neely uses egg white powder, egg white protein powder for some coating her stuff. So I'm going to use a mixture of that and a little bit of my unflavored protein powder. And then so I'm going to use that for some of my pork chops. Not all of them, just some of them. So, and I'm not doing an egg wash and all that stuff. It's truly just a few of them that, let's see. I'll do those over here because I'm going to want the gravy. And I'm going to do I've got the steak. I'm going to get my lid. Where is it? I'm going to put my steak back in here. And I'm going to cover it. And I always cover it. This is a thicker one. I'm going to cover it I'll do 4 minutes, and then I'll do 4 minutes of no cover. So then with this, I'm going to add some salt and pepper to my flour, if I can find it. I learned last time, add salt, Tear. And look, I've got my little thing going in the background. That's, look, that's my little cast iron skillet. And the little fire underneath is kind of like a campfire. Nona Grace, it makes me think of you and Jim going camping. So it's like, you know, it's like a little cast iron over the campfire. Isn't that fun? Alright, so, like I said, I'm not going to do some big wash. I'm just going to kind of do a few pieces in it and just kind of see what I think. So like I said, this is the mixture of the egg flour and the unflavored protein flour, or protein powder. Because I'm not trying to make it some big something or another. I don't want to add tons of extra calories. But just something kind of a fun texture to some of them. Because then in the end, so last time whenever I made these, I used the Carnivore Crisp flour for my gravy. And I want to try making my gravy with our homemade flour. So, all right. So now I need to get I'm going to cover these. I need to go get it. I'll cover these. I think I do it for 3 minutes on one side and 3 minutes on the other. But I'm going to cover them. Okay, I got the lid on them. And you don't have to worry about the quality of what's going on back here, y'all. Because quality assurance is on the watch. I have the gate up because Baxter's outside with his bone. And I don't want them to go out and mess with him because Baxter is food aggressive. So, all right, I'll be back when the timer beeps. Okay, let's flip our steak. Maybe. Hang on, let me set that down. And you know I sure didn't season this either. Hang on. Put a little a Creole and a little bit of garlic powder. All right. Now, Chef Jean-Pierre says you should never turn your meat until it releases from the skillet. But I got news for him. I do. Because mine sticks. So I don't know why. I don't know, but I don't listen to his logic on that one. Because that's a really good sear, and if I left it longer, it would burn. So now, I'm going to set this timer for 4. I think I do, since this is thick, I'll do another 4 minutes. Hey Siri, steak timer, 4 minutes. Oh, that ain't Siri. Hey Ziggy, steak timer, 4 minutes. I'll go on and season this side. And I'm going to put some Creole on it. And put some salt on it. Oh, Ziggy, be quiet. Nobody's trying to listen to her. Now, let's check our pork chops. I love it. You sent me 2 of these handles. I got 1 for each one, and I'm good to go. Hey, this one didn't stick. That's good. Come back there. You get over there. You come here. And you're going to come over here. So I think I like that combination. It has stuck on there really well. It looks good. Like I said, I didn't do an egg wash, but that's looking really good. Like it's crisped up and everything. So I'm really happy with that. I'm going to leave it for about 3 minutes. I think I cover it again. I don't remember. I'm going to do 3 minutes on this one. And then I'll come back when the steak's done. So my steak timer's done. And so is my pork chop timer. So what I'm going to do is, oh, I don't want to wash this. Hang on. The big pan, it does not fit in my dishwasher, whereas this does. So I would rather have this in my dishwasher than the other. So now that's done. And these are done. Remember, you will always have a lot of dishes on meal prep day. However, if you do it all on Saturday, then you don't have any meal prep during the week and you're good to go. So that's how those are looking. So I'm going to finish up I'm going to do some over here and some over there. And the ones that are in here will not have batter. The ones that are here will have batter. So let me go on and I'll do another round. So that way we can all see how I did it one more time. Because again, this is pork. It's pork now. It was steaks a while ago. But, so there's that. And I need my salt and pepper. There's my pepper. Because I'll need this on the ones that I'm not dipping in the batter. Or I say batter, in the flour. The ones that I don't dip, they won't have any seasoning. It's not like these have a ton of seasoning, but they have some. Alright, so these, I'll put one back there. That's a big one. I can only fit 2 in there. So I'll put some salt, some pepper, and oh, come on now. Here we go. And some Creole seasoning. All right. So now I'll cover them both. And this time it's the same thing. So I'll cover them both for 3 minutes and I'll be back. Okay, timer is done. Timer is done. My QA is a little unhappy because I have the door to the backyard blocked off. He thinks that's a poor decision. But I can't help it. I don't want him to go out to brother and brother be mean to him and bite him. All right. 3 more minutes. 1, 2, 3. Cover and cover. See you in 3 minutes. Okay. All the timers are going off at once. we got a laundry timer, we got a crock pot timer, and we've got a skillet timer. So I'm going to keep going with these, and I'll put all the breaded ones in this. And I'll put the non-breaded ones in with the steak. All right. So I'm going to keep going, and I'll keep going in both of these until they're all cooked. And I'll get back with you when they're done. Y'all, I've been talking away. Dadgummit. I added 2 tablespoons of my homemade chicken flour. I added 2 tablespoons, and I added some ghee to it, and I did it until it was about this color. It was a little bit darker, and then I added some water to it because I'm just making like not a milk gravy, but just a pork gravy. So I'm going to let this kind of simmer for a while and let it kind of evaporate and then let it reduce. And then I'll probably add some glucomannan to thicken it up. But for now, I turned it down to 3. And I'm just going to kind of stir it from time to time so it pulls everything off the bottom. And I'll get back to you whenever it reduces quite a bit. So I froze my heavy cream. I was just going to do water, but I'm like, I'm going to put just a few tablespoons of this. So I'll do, I have 3 in this little container. So I'm going to do 3 tablespoons of heavy cream in this gravy. So I'll just keep stirring it up and I'll get back with you in a little bit. So this back one, it's all done now. And I'm going to make a different kind of gravy back here just because, I can't waste that fond. This is masala cooking wine. I'm not going to use any flour in that one. I'm just going to use the cooking wine, and I'm going to use some heavy cream. I'll use 2 tablespoons of heavy cream, and I'll get some water. Hang on. Okay, I'm going to add some water. So now I'm just going to kind of let that simmer back there and cook up real good. And remember, this one did not have any flour in it. So this is just going to be kind of just a nice little glaze. Just a nice little glaze wine type thing. I don't know what I'll put any of it over. I haven't figured that part out yet. You know me. I just do it and decide later. So I'm going to stir it up, and I know it's about to get loud because I stir it. So just stir them both from time to time to make sure nothing sticks. And like I said, I like to do it till it gets a little bit lesser of an amount, and then I'll add some thickener to it. So I'm just going to keep it going and let it reduce. So I just put the masala wine into here, the masala wine reduction. When I started using this, I got this from dietdoctor.com. They also use like cheese and stuff. So you could also put cheese in there. I like cheese. I just know it's extra calories I don't necessarily need. So let's taste it and see what we think here. I should have tasted it a while ago, but you know. I should have tasted it while it was cooking to see if it needed anything. But this is the one that I kept salting and peppering the meat in. So I don't think it needs anything. You feel that kick from the bite from the wine. And then at the end it's like ooh, there's that Creole seasoning. Yeah, that's going to be good. I'll pour it over some of the chops. I'm going to let that sit right there. And let's go check on the other reduction. Okay, let's take a look here. I think that's a good enough amount. So now I want to thicken it up, and I'm going to do that by adding in my glucomannan. But I got to get it. Hold on. I cannot find the container that my glucomannan came in. It was a little white. It was a little white package, just like the egg white powder came in. So just a white package, but I put it in that little sprinkle thing, so that way I could control how much I put out of it and I don't get too carried away. This poor oven is a hot mess on the top of it. So I'm going to keep stirring and adding. I'm going to let this kind of go for a couple minutes and see if it thickens it up enough. I might be adding more. Okay. It's still too thin. I'm looking for something a little thicker. So we'll put some more in here. We'll be back in 4 minutes. I have a feeling this is going to need some salt. Oh yeah, definite salt. And I'm going to add a little bit of no salt to it. Get that all stirred in real good. And I think this is in the end going to be thick enough. I don't want it to be a thick gravy, but so, you know, I've had the back doors open today, and it's definitely warming up. I'm about to close up shop. I'm going to just have to pay attention when Biggin wants to go outside. That's better. All right, let's turn everything off. I'm going to pour this into a container. Hang on. All right, so that's the gravy. That's the, this is the one where I use flour. It doesn't clump up, you know, the flour that we use. That meat flour does not clump up. Hey, the timer has gone off for my sausage. And I am just coming in and I'm chopping it up. You could definitely put one of your little plastic.
Your laundry timer is done.
Ziggy, cancel timer. Sorry, guys. You could definitely put a plastic liner in this. It's just so tiny, I just wasn't too worried about it. So, Ziggy works hard on Saturday. She earns her pay on Saturdays. Yeah. So I put this back on and there we go. Okay, so now we're going to portion out the unfloured ones. The unprotein powdered ones. So these, I looked up pork chops and dadgummit. Sorry, Ziggy was giving me some feedback over there. Anyway, so I looked up pork chops. 9 ounces is 546 calories. So, and like I told y'all, I usually do like 650 calories. So these are going to be about 100 calories short. I'm not worried about it because having some leaner days is not about to kill me. So, let's see how much, what'd I say, 9 ounces looks like. That's 8.7. Put in a little jobber. There we go. 9 ounces. And where's another one? .7. There we go. 9. So I'm gonna finish doing these in 9 ounces. I'll be right back. So those 9 ounces is 546 of the chops. Then I've got this steak, and I looked up T-bone steak. 8 ounces is 660 calories. I have no idea how much. So 8 ounces, let's see. Oh man, that's 8 ounces on the nose. So this little jobber, hey, I can have this one for my lunch today. What time is it? Oh, it's almost 11. So I'm going to save this and have this for my lunch. Let me just set that over there. Now. So, okay. So we've got those ready. But now, let me show you what I'm going to do to them. Okay. It is so important for meal prep day for you to be thinking about eating day. So I take my meals to work, or I take them out of town to work meetings. So I need things to be easy to just grab a spoon, grab a fork. I don't want to be cutting. I don't want to have to do a bunch of, manual labor whenever I'm eating. So meal prep day Terry has to think ahead for eating day Terry to see what that looks like for Terry in the future. So I've got my scissors. I sharpened them, you all, and now they're working really good. So meal prep day, whoever you are, you have to think about what will eating day you look like. Do you eat at home? So you may not need things cut up. Do you eat at work, or do you eat in your car? However you eat, you have to prepare things in the way that's going to help your future self. Because again, this is what keeps us on track. We have to do whatever is going to help our future self stay on the course. So I'm going to finish cutting these up, and then we'll pour that masala wine into here. Because we'll do, and I don't even know if I have enough for all of them. I'll put it into a couple of them. Being 600, or what I say this is, being 500 and something calories, it's okay if I put in the wine. And the masala wine, I think I used about 2 tablespoons, and I didn't use, I think I did use a couple tablespoons of heavy cream. So I'll have to remember to figure that out whenever I, do my calories and stuff for it. So, all right, I'll be back. Okay, so what I did was cut them all up, and I wrote down over here 2 TBS masala, 2 TBS heavy cream. I don't remember. I think it was 2 tablespoons of heavy cream. We'll just go with it. If I edit the when I edit the video, I'll see if I was right or wrong. It's whatever. But anyway, whatever that amount is, I'll divide that by 4, and I'll add that to these whenever I label them, or when I plug them into Chronometer. So I'm going to stir up the gravy, and I'm going to use a big spoon. This is one of my big spoons, not an eating spoon. So I'm going to just do one at a time. 1 spoonful, 1 spoonful, 1 spoonful. I want to evenly distribute it, so that way when it comes time to eat it, I mean, it's not going to be 100% perfect, please know that, but it's going to be as close as I can get it, you know what I'm saying? So there we go. All right, so that's what these are. I'm going to label them. I'm going to say 8-ounce pork, masala. So I'm going to call it 8-ounce pork and masala. So that way I know what I'm plugging into a chronometer. Again, you have to think of your future self and making things as easy, as obvious. You really don't want your future self struggling and guessing and wondering and suffering because you failed them on meal prep day. You have to think of everything on meal prep day. Your future self and your weight loss journey depends on you. So now I'll put that on each of these. And probably what I could do is, and when I do it, I could do, so there's probably a half tablespoon in masala and half tablespoon of heavy whipping cream. So I can remember, I could even do that. 1/2 TBS masala and heavy whipping cream. So then, when I go to plug it in, when I eat it, again, no thinking. It's just ready for me to do it. So, yeah. And there we go. So, I'm going to plug these in, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to, these are the fried and floured ones. So, I'm going to put those in 8-ounce servings as well. Hang on. For my 8-ounce steak, I'm just going to put on here. I'll put T-bone 8 ounces. So when I pull it out, I'll know what's inside of it and know how much is inside of it. So for those who are counting, and when I count, I'll know what I'm grabbing. Okay, I've got all this cut up. And that's our gravy after it's kind of cooled down. You can see it's kind of thicker. One thing about glucomannan, it thickens it, but it doesn't get slimy like, I don't like the that other stuff, but it seems like it gets slimy. I can't think of what it's called. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Listen, if you are hardcore, strict carnivore, you don't have to add the glucomannan. You just let it reduce and add some little more heavy whipping cream and you will be golden. I did it for me, but you don't have to for you. So I just want to point that out because, you know, the meat flour is carnivore, heavy whipping cream is carnivore, but the glucomannan, well, that's not so much carnivore. So yeah, you have to follow what's right for you. So if you want to be a strict carnivore, do not add the glucomannan because it's made of the konjac root, which is a vegetable. So I'm dividing this up into 4s so that way I can do the math here in a minute. Well, not the math, but I can figure it all out here in a second. All right. So I'm going to put the lids on these and then I'll make up my labels. Hang on. Lord, I need to just put this in my thing. I'm going to plug this into chronometer and then as a recipe and then I'll tell you what it is. So hang on. That's just too challenging. So here's what I found out because it made 4 servings. There is 575 calories, 77.9 protein, 0.3 net carbs, and 26.4 fat. So I plugged it in as a recipe in chronometer. So I will be able to plug that in whenever I eat it. So then there we go. That is this portion of the meal prep. Still got a couple other things I'm working on today, and those will come out as I get them done.